Okay, welcome to BDM, which stands for Becoming a Digital Master. Should know what this is since I wrote this. 102, and it's creating a posting schedule is what we're talking about today. I'm going to get the screen up for everybody to see. And we're going to get right into this. Maybe. There we go. So a social media calendar is the unsung hero of social media marketers. It allows you to plan, collaborate, organize, and see everything at a glance. Use a calendar, and you'll never again be taken surprise by that obscure international holiday that you wanted to tweet about. You know, it's National Ice Cream Cone Day or whatever, you know. What is it?
Groundhog's Day.
Today is Groundhog's Day. That's right. So that's one that you certainly want to be texting about. By the way, for anyone that's a Florida realtor or a warm weather state realtor, Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow, which means that winter is extended for another 6 weeks. If you ever wanted something to post about to try to get snowbirds to want to move here full time or people to think about relocating, what a better example. So, point being, if you go on most businesses, realtors are the worst offenders, but so many businesses are bad offenders. If you go on their social media, it's what I call hot and cold marketing. You'll see they post, right? And then what? Nothing. And then they go forever. And then they're like, oh my God, I got to get my social media. And they put 4 posts in a row. And then they put nothing. Successful marketers, whether it be social marketing, traditional marketing, this, that, whatever. Listen, if I gave you $10 million to advertise on television and you spend it all in a day, would that be a good way to spend that money?
No.
And would you get much from it, even though it's $10 million? Probably not. You need to do it over the course of weeks and months consistently. Same thing here. And using a calendar will help you guys make sure you're planned out and, quite frankly, show you glaring gaps when they're not. So what is a social media calendar? Social media calendar or social media content planner is a schedule that shows all your upcoming social media posts arranged by date and time. The planner can be a document. A lot of people will use like Excel, or I use numbers because I'm a Mac guy. They can use a dashboard where you can organize the content for most mobile social media platforms. Some people use, they pay so that it all goes out on one. They use like Hootsuite or Publer, which is what, I use. Deliver It, which is another product like that, where you can plan what's going out and have it all in one place on a calendar and show that it's going here to here to here to here. Social media marketers and managers use calendars to plan their posts, handle advertising campaigns, and keep track of their overall strategies. It is your planner, guys. A social media calendar lets you create an agenda of upcoming posts. One of the other things you see, even for some people that post consistently, is they have no agenda. They're posting this over here, they're posting that over there, and nothing, there's no building of the product or of what your message is. So again, using the calendar helps you create that agenda. It helps you to schedule the posts, track important events and deadlines, and keep an overview of your campaigns and projects in one place. If you're going to use a tool, especially a paid tool, use one that has a calendar. What should a social media calendar include? When it's being published, date and time, the different platforms, the post format. Are you doing a reel, a story, a YouTube short? Are you doing a meme? Post copy? Well, post copy would be, post copy would be something like without a picture, free market, free, using a website or a link. Visual, using a meme or a GIF or a video, a short video. Hashtags, what hashtags and what location tags. So all these things should be on a social media calendar, and you have them popped out to make sure you're using everything. To create an engaging social media calendar, you have to make sure you're posting a good mix of content and avoid overlap or duplication. Okay. I'm going to give you 4 steps to this. What do I mean by this? Right? Mix of content. If you just do the same thing over and over and over, you're going to lose your viewers. You got to have it. You got to mix it up. You also have to understand that different people respond to different things. Right now, we're all in the world of telling everybody to do reels. Why? Because we know what the viewership's like. People are into reels. There's still just people that are in more to memes. They're in more to, clicking a link and really reading something. So we got to hit everybody. So here's your 4 steps. Step 1, choose your post types and formats. If you're not sure what your social media content calendar should include, the golden rule is to include content mix, images, videos, GIFs, articles, reposts, and formats. What are formats? Carousel posts, reels, polls, stories, live videos. God bless you. So start out by filling your marketing calendar with reoccurring events, right? Again, every Monday, I do a post. I think it's every other Monday, actually. I do a post of getting to know whatever town it is in a particular social media group, right? And it has all the stuff about it, and it sends them to my website. On Saturdays, I have one that goes after for sale by owners. You're thinking about selling on your own. Here's some tips. Not, hey, you shouldn't do it. You should hire me as your realtor. Let me give you some tips to help you out. Things that are bringing them out to come to my website. So here's a few content ideas for post types that you can plan ahead, right? Holidays. I do all my holidays. I think I do them end October, last week in October for the following year, and they're all planned out. So using a social media event calendar is a great way to ensure you don't miss anything important. Again, Groundhog's Day. Select all the holidays relevant to your potential clients and come up with the content ideas. Events, anything that you think is relevant to your brand or the area you serve. Something's coming up, put it on there. One of the big ones for me is the Chasco Fiesta in Newport Richey. It's a huge event. Relevant news, listings, sales, offerings. Discuss the market. Do the market, the market update video that I showed you in some other classes. New listings. Things you just sold, free offerings, free market evaluation, free this, free that. It's always a great idea to build excitement on social using teasers and then have big reveals. It works. People fall for it. I shouldn't say fall for it. They're susceptible to it though, right? Company and industry news. Don't go overboard with this. There's some people that get so overboard with this, they're like, oh my God, how many times is this guy going to tell me the interest rates went 1/4 of a point? Like, I don't care. I'm not buying or selling. You know what I mean? But you should certainly dabble in this and have it on there so that people are educated about what's going on. Keep your audience in the loop. Here's another one that very few people do on social media, and the ones that do are extremely successful. Questions and answers. It's very easy to put together and schedule, and also a great way to engage your audience in a question and answer routine. Ask people what questions they have and then answer them. Have a frequently asked question, then put it on there and say, hey, what else do you have? Get the people engaged. Maybe they'll ask you a follow-up question about one of the ones you have. It's a great way to talk to people. Roundups. These work especially well on X accounts. Many people don't have the time to consume all your content. So a small weekly newsletter or a video initiative that just kind of goes over everything you did for the week. People love it. Maybe you do that every Saturday, your weekly roundup. Step 2, establish your posting frequency. Have a plan. We'll discuss what to post in more depth in our next class, but in this series today, you need to consider when to post. Social media posting schedule is important for 2 reasons. Number one, social media should be used to supplement your other marketing efforts, right? Remember, we talk about reinforced marketing, which you do traditionally, you want to do here, but it doesn't replace those things. Because social media moves so quickly, it can be easy to get overwhelmed and post too much or to post too little. And both of these things can result in a drop in engagement. Your publishing schedule should be dictated by your business goals. What are your business goals? Who are you trying to hit? Who's your demographic? Your available resources and audience engagement patterns. One of the nice things in many of these planning tools is it will tell you your visitors are most active Sunday nights at 7 o'clock, Tuesdays at 3 p.m., times you never would expect, but they know that. Social media experts recommend the following posting frequency. Instagram, 3 to 5 posts a week. Instagram Reels, 5 to 7 a week. Instagram Stories, 7 to 15 a week. Facebook posts, 3 to 5 a week. X posts, 10 to 20 tweets a week. 3 to 5 on LinkedIn. 5 to 7 on TikTok. Go Google My Business posts. If you're feeding your blog, you can send them directly there. And if you do 1 to 3 blog posts a week, you're going to stay top of mind for Google businesses. If you do not have a Google business account, come on Tuesdays. We work on those there. Step 3, choose the relevant platforms for you. What works for you? Are you planning on publishing to a single or multiple social media networks? Factor in your business goals, factor in your resources. What are you trying to achieve? And how much time and money are you willing to invest? One way to come up with your plan is to take a look at your competitors. In real estate, this is tough because most realtors, and I say most, 99.9%, don't do a good job with social media marketing. It's just not in the wheelhouse of realtors. But if you find one that maybe in your area is, where are they posting the most? And what platforms are they flat out ignoring? Like I said, in the other class that we taught, X has not been something that I've seen anyone be real successful with. Why spend a ton of time doing that when you know that Facebook groups are where we know we can find buyers and sellers? Do a deep dive into your target audience. Who am I trying to get and what do I want? What can I know about them? Where do these people hang out? Hopefully in your Facebook group. What is their behavior telling you? As much as I'm going to pressure you guys, don't feel pressured to be on all social media platforms. You'll only end up spreading yourself thin with nothing to show for your efforts. If you're not sure which social media platforms to use, start with the 3 most popular: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. LinkedIn, again, though, for real estate, I would probably say TikTok may be a better one for you. Once you get those down, then feel free to branch out. Okay. Step 4, schedule, track, and monitor your posts. By planning and scheduling your posts ahead of time, you're going to build a fail-safe workflow. You're going to build fail-safes into your workflow. In other words, you know that if these things are planned ahead of time, posts are going out at times you want that are going to be most strategic to help you build your business. Scheduling gives you enough time to edit the copy and fact check the information. Once your posts are live, track the performance. Have any of you done that? I know Daniel has. You go in and look and say, oh, look, I had 1,000 hits on this. And that's the stuff you want to know. Because what happens now when you do another video and you only get 25 people? What do you know? Wait a second. Now I can look. What's the difference in this content to that content? What made this go? And it's going to happen. It happens to all of us. And you learn where your audience responds the best. I really already said the final bullet, but it's it. Use your findings to implement tests on different platforms and experiment with what resonates with your audience, including content types, posting days and times, copy length, hashtags, and multiple multimedia assets. Online social media planner tools offer social media content calendars that let you plan new content and schedule posts on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, X, Google My Business, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Threads, and many more. So pick the planner that you feel comfortable with and offers the tools and resources you need for your social media plan. As I said, I used to use Deliverit for years, and then I found Publer, and I like Publer. Both are good. Some people use Hootsuite, and there's a billion other ones out there. Find the one that works for you. There are many that are free. That's probably the best place to start, or very inexpensive. If you want to use RSS feeds as part of your thing, I think Publer is like $8 or $9. What are you paying for? You just did it, right?
$5.
$5. So for $5 a month, it's posting to social media for you from other sources, as well as you can plan and you can plan your own stuff on there as much as you want to. Yeah, it's a total no-brainer. Yep. Spreadsheets, manual social media content organizer. Okay. Spreadsheets or Google Sheets are a cost-effective way to keep track of your social media posts. Here's the problem, though. That means you got to stay in there, open it, and make sure you're doing it as it happens. What does that mean? Let's take me, for example. Let's say that I had a post that should have gone out at 12 o'clock today. I can't put a post out at 12 o'clock manually. I was teaching you guys, I'm in this class, right? So you never know when a client's going to call you and you're like, oh my God, I had to go out at 7 o'clock, but I'm out showing a house. So I don't love this, but for some people this works. And so I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm giving it to you as a solution. And this is a free solution. So you might say, well, I'm going to do this so I make a little money. That's fine too. So if you don't already have a social media calendar template, it can be tough to get started from scratch. So using spreadsheets for your posting means that you can track every individual post manually and publish content just in each of the apps. That's the other pain in the neck of this, is if you're on 5 platforms, that means you got to go into each 5 things. Now, again, you can do Facebook, Instagram, and your Facebook groups all in one. One thing I didn't mention when we talked about Facebook groups is it will not allow you to do videos that way. If you want to do a video on your social media or on your Facebook group, you have to actually do that separately. But it will let you do Instagram and Facebook together. If you're not doing a video, you can do all 3. You can do your groups as well. Understand, as I already said, this can involve a lot of manual work, especially if you handle multiple accounts and need to collaborate with your social team on a daily basis. Google Calendar. Again, affordable, it's free, right? So there you go. It's another budget-friendly tool, and it'll help you keep track of your efforts. You can build your social media calendar by creating a new Google Calendar and adding events for each post. Be sure to include the date, time, platform, content, and other relevant information. This will help you keep track of your social media posts and ensure that they are consistent. Why do I want a social media calendar? What's the benefit? Well, it helps you save time and focus on the overall media strategy. It is. And it is. And again, unfortunately, most people in all businesses, especially real estate, are just pulling things out of their ear. And they're not doing it consistently. By building this and using a calendar, again, you can make sure that you've got reinforced marketing that works together and builds upon itself and is going out at the right days, right times, and right platforms. Planning, creating, and executing social media marketing campaigns can be considerable time, even for the savviest of specialists. The thing about social media is that it requires effort and attention every day if you want to be successful. The days of posting whatever just pops in your head and, oh, wait, boom, I just hit got viral and whatever. Those days are long gone, guys. There's too much competition out there. So the social media calendar has jumped in and is going to rescue you if you use it and if you're consistent. So using a content calendar for social media allows you to plan ahead, create content in batches, and avoid multitasking. Because as we talk about all this, I think it's safe for me to say to take a little caveat here, take a break. This is not your full-time job. This is something you should be doing in less than 15 minutes to a half hour a week. And that's why once you put this plan together, you should be able to do it very, very quickly. And maybe you have your time once a month or twice a month or once a week. That's your scheduling time. And then you set it and forget it. The only other thing you do is look for people that respond and obviously get in touch with them. Your real full-time job is being on the phone, getting for sale by owners, getting your sphere of influence, getting expired listings, working your farm, and all the other things. This is a side business that's going to just help reinforce, as is all of your marketing, traditional marketing as well. Too many agents spend too much time on this and their traditional marketing, and then because they don't want to make the phone calls, they don't want to make the physical contacts, and they struggle. You need to make the physical contacts first, whether it's phone, in person, however you're going to do it. All right, back to this. You need to maintain a consistent social media posting plan. Have I said that 3 times already? Yeah. Is it in here many times? Yeah. Why? Because I'm just going to drill this home. A structured posting schedule is the key to achieving your marketing goals. Posting consistently means showing up in your audience feed daily with valuable, unique content. If you don't have valuable and unique content, guess what's going to happen? They're not going to respond to your post. What happens if they don't hit like or respond? Fall out of their algorithm.
Yeah.
So when you do these things, it's going to help you to get noticed by the algorithm. And it's going to increase your engagement. More people that see your post means more people see your posts, right?
Better potential for business.
Yep. It's important that you remain consistent. Create your calendar monthly. I like to create it for the year, and then I go back each month and then just tweak whatever I need to tweak and make sure that it's implemented. Unfortunately, for many, it's easy to lose sight of your strategies and goals when you're not actively focusing on it. And that was said by Brianna Gage, who's a product marketer at 500 Apps. And she's right. I think it's a she. They are right. Him, her is right. I don't know, whatever world we live in now. Keep up a consistent posting schedule to build an audience for your business and create a community around your brand. It's an opportunity to share insights and sympathize with your audience's pain points, which builds trust when the time comes for them to buy your services. Huge, guys. Huge. Consistency is the mother of success when it comes to social media. And I'm telling you, if I had to guess, 98% fail at it, maybe more. You need to avoid big content posting mistakes. Don't be oblivious to important events. If there's a huge thing going on, make sure you're part of it. Gasparilla was here over the weekend in Tampa for all my Tampa people. That should have been part of your posting. Best places to eat, best places to park, best places to whatever. Double check content from third-party sources. I told this story, I believe, when I was going through looking for local content. There was a website called Ybor City Stogies. I'm like, dude, how awesome for Tampa. I enjoy cigars from time to time. Yeah, anybody that knows me knows that more than time to time, I enjoy cigars, whatever, right? I'm like, this is perfect for my, especially for my blog. It was not a cigar. It was a one-sided political commentary. And boy, did I take some heat from some of my followers because all my stuff says no, especially my groups, no politics. You got to follow up and check. Another one for any of you guys across the country. One of the RSS feeds thought was going to be my go-to in my marketing business because they're all across the country. And I had clients all across the country. I can find the local thing easy, The Patch. And you look at some of their stuff, they got some great entertainment stuff, but you can't pop it out. So there's nothing like trying to list a house in a neighborhood, and on your own social media page, it talks about the murder suicide at the drug sale that went down 2 houses down from your listing. I'm being a little whatever, but you get my point. Nobody wants to hear you as a realtor. We as realtors, the content that we put out was an old movie in the 90s called Swingers. They said, if you're talking about puppy dogs and ice cream, well, guess what? As realtors, that's all we want to be talking about is puppy dogs and ice cream. Things that everybody likes, everybody, whatever. You know what I mean? You don't want anything controversial. So keep an eye on the content, especially if you're auto posting. Well, it says third party, which would be auto posting. And just make sure it's all good. Every once in a while, I use what's called Tampa Magazine. About twice a year, they'll actually feature another realtor on there. I go in very quickly and delete it. I don't get rid of that feed because that feed outside of those 2 posts a year is outstanding. But I don't want my Facebook page, group, X, Instagram supporting another realtor, right? It's counterproductive. Make sure the content's relevant. Doesn't have to be all relevant to real estate. It needs to be relevant to the area that you're serving. You want local content that has nothing to do with real estate to keep the people following you. Make sure the content is from your business and not an accidental personal post sent to the wrong account. I've had people do that. That's not good. Especially if you're into some weird stuff. I don't know, whatever. None of my business. Level up your content creation and distribution plan, guys. This is going to make your life easier and it's going to help. Social media production value has gone up since the early 2010s, and it's getting better and better and better. In a world where basically anybody can create content, you got to work extra hard to stand out. You need to think about what makes me different. The beautiful thing, again, in real estate, very few agents do it. But that doesn't mean to be complacent. Keep thinking of things that are new. Keep thinking of things that are going to go viral, that are going to grab people's attention. Creators find themselves bogged down by the logistics of content creation, asset allocation, content distribution, so on and so forth. This in turn affects the quality of the finished product. Think about the quality of the finished product. Make that first. A social media content calendar takes that logistical burden off your shoulders. When am I going to post this? When am I going to post that? You have a plan and allows you to focus on what's truly important, which is what? Having great content. By taking those pesky logistical conundrums out of the question, the quality of your content can only go up. Again, track your social media content. If you've got something that's weak, improve it. The calendar can offer you invaluable insight into what works and what doesn't. When you look, maybe you're putting good stuff all up at a time you thought was good. It's just a bad time, and you got to switch what times you're posting. By organizing your content neatly in a trackable and predictable format, you can lay the groundwork for future experimentation. The other thing you can do is what we call A/B tests. So maybe you think that Sunday at 7 o'clock is your best time, and maybe it is, but you've been getting dismal results. Maybe it's because you've been doing reels and not full-length videos, or doing memes and not reels, or whatever it is. So do an A/B post. Wait a second, my reel went crazy. Nobody looked at my meme. What does that tell you? Do more reels. By doing this, it'll help you identify valuable content-related intelligence, such as the right post frequency, the right time, the right type of post, the best time of day, all the best platforms, all those things. Your posting frequency will shape your social media planning calendar. So be sure to take into consideration internal resources when you do this. And don't commit to posting daily when you don't have the time to develop original content. Now, I say that. Also, don't be afraid of repeating content that's not time-bound. What do I mean by time-bound? If I wrote an article last week on the best places to watch Gasparilla and reposted it today, what is it? Oh, that's right, worthless. It's expired. It's worthless, right? But if you can, recycle some of your stuff. I create a lot of videos reviewing local businesses. I put those out every couple months. Look at the next bullet on the next page. Repurpose successful content. Exactly. Repurpose, and just what we were talking about. Repurposing content can be as much an art form as the act of creating it itself. Besides the obvious benefit of not having to create, repurposing your old stuff for social has several other perks. Number one, you reach audiences who may have missed that post. Remember that if you have a fantastic post, if you have 100 viewers, maybe 20 to 40 of them saw it. That means more than half still didn't see it. A lot of your posts aren't going to be that successful, and only maybe 8% are going to see it. So you can post again. It's okay. By posting again, it increases your online presence. It diversifies your content, sprinkling old pieces of content between new ones, and helps spice up your page. Every time you post, no matter what it is, what's that doing? Raising brand awareness, which is what we're trying to do. Helps you drive organic traffic back to your website. You definitely want to be doing that. So always put your website on all these things. Less successful content gets a second chance at redemption. It may just be you put something out that was really good and it was at a bad time.
Yeah.
You can present your content from multiple angles. Over time, this can help you reach a wider audience, and by extension, increase your chances of conversions by 400%. Remember that not every piece of content lends itself to this strategy. So you need to use what I called it here was evergreen content. Like I said, if you put a post about something that happened last weekend, it's no good. But anything that just doesn't expire, it's just a review of a business, as long as that business didn't go out or whatever else, is your best fit for repurposing. Calendar templates. A social media calendar template helps you hit the ground running. Gives you a framework to get started with organizing, scheduling, and planning your upcoming social media posts. You have to find what works best for you. There's no one size fits all here. What works for you? So you have to tailor whatever you need to tailor to fit your priorities and your campaign. While a spreadsheet's not necessarily the best way to track your social activity, it is a cost-effective way if you don't want to use, one of the products we talked about. If you're just starting out, it can help you at least get yourself organized and get an online presence. Again, there are various social media templates available. HubSpot is another example. I put that in here that I didn't talk about. And I believe that they are free. They're going to try and upsell you, but they have some stuff that's free as well. Why should you use it? Well, maybe you're sitting there thinking, should I use a content calendar or should I not? Well, consider this. Anybody that's successful uses one, including your competitors. I get it. Most realtors, if I said you use a social media calendar, they'd say, what is that? I get it. We want you guys to be ahead of the competition. If you're still thinking about this, here's how the social media tool will help. First of all, it's going to help you to plan everything, right? And it's going to hold you accountable. Our industry lives and dies by the deadline, right? You got to have the mortgage thing done by then. You got to have the home inspection done by then. You got to have the closing date. You got to whatever. By having all the plans laid out in advance, just like you would with a client, you can more easily and efficiently work towards your goals. So I want you to make sense out of the chaos. Managing multiple social media accounts, each with its own quirks, can be crazy, right? It can be messy, it can be crazy, it can be all over the place. By using a calendar, it helps you streamline the process. The other thing is it's going to help you ensure brand consistency. I've talked about this in other classes, and I'll talk about it here. You've got to be consistent with your brand. Using a well-organized social media content calendar gives you that much-needed overview of how you distribute your content. So a social media content planner is the backbone of your strategy. If you want to take your social media game to the next level, get yourself using a calendar. It'll help you post consistently. It will help you save time. It'll make sure that your branding is all together. And now is the time, roll up your sleeves, start creating content. Any questions from today's? And I'm just going to say thank you to those who